What's going on, you guys? Coaster here. It's the Sharks and the NHL. The playoffs have begun. It's arguably the best time of the year with all the games going on and your TV going bonkers, besides March Madness, which just happened. The NHL playoffs is probably the most fun and chaotic time of the year when it comes to playoff games. You gotta love it. Now, from the Sharks standpoint, first of all, yes, they're cold. The Sharks are going to enter this series against the Anaheim Ducks. I wish they used to be Mighty Ducks. I don't remember those days. I sure miss those days. Yeah, the Ducks are red hot. The Sharks are not. The Sharks, I think the last 6 games, they lost a lot of them, but they were not backed into the playoffs. That's the good thing. The only thing they lost was home ice advantage, if you believe in that, which in hockey I personally don't. I'm not concerned over that as much. So the Sharks are a little bit cold. The big thing that concerns me more is that the Ducks are red hot. I think they were 10-1-1 or something in their last 12 games. Rickard Rakell's one of the guys who's been playing really well. They still have the usual veterans, the guys like Corey Perry. They have BX is hurt, but they have him. They got the veterans we know, and Kessler, obviously Ryan Getzlaf, who for a long time I felt he was overrated as a leader. Maybe he's not a good leader, but obviously as a player we know what he can do. And then of course there's John Gibson, who has been also injured, but I know he's legit when he's healthy. I remember watching him for Team USA. He's considered their guy. But it's possible we're seeing Ryan Miller for this series. We don't know the injury situation down in Orange County. The only thing I know is that Cam Fowler, I believe, is out for the series. That's the only thing yet. But this series is not going to be anywhere easy, I think, for either side. Joe Thornton, of course, for the Sharks, we know he's been out for a long time. We were wondering how the Sharks were going to respond in January without him. And they did a pretty good job. I mean, they competed, they hung in there, and then after the trade deadline, they go on this nice little win streak in the middle to make sure they're a playoff team. So, yeah, as long as you're in, everybody's record is now 0-0 at the time of this recording. So, no more records, no more points. Yeah, that's right, Nashville. Your President's Cup, you can enjoy that all you want. I don't give a damn. So yes, the Sharks are right in there, right in the midst of all of the hunts, which is good. They're one of the 16 teams. They're an A class. But we don't know what to think of this team. I think, yes, the Sharks are capable of winning the series and so on, but there's just an even battle. I think this series, there's really no favorite. Most people you can make an argument for both sides of why this team will win or why the others will win. But I would think, not because of home ice advantage, but because the Ducks are hot coming into this. People might pick the Ducks a little bit more as a result. Personally, I'm not scared of playing in Orange County. I mean, goodness, we talk about how tickets are really available down there, and you can buy tickets a lot easier. You go up to Canada, and it's a lot harder. That being said, the Sharks haven't had a good attendance either. There's been a lot of... Unfortunately, I think the NBA team of the same region has really just taken all the markets, so... Sharks are kind of an afterthought. For those of you who will live in a hockey market, the Sharks are usually on page 5 of the newspaper. All right, that's how people forget about them. You really have to dig for Sharks news online, everywhere. It's a lot tougher when you live in a non-market. So, yeah, Sharks. Good thing is they avoided Logan Couture getting hurt right near the end of the year. That was a very close call. Of course, Evander Kane, we hope he's healthy. That's the big pickup. I think if Evander Kane makes a big impact, the Sharks win this series. If he doesn't and say he fades, then the Sharks are going to lose this series. That's going to be my key to this series overall. Martin Jones, of course, easy goaltending is hot goaltending can make or break a series. Of course, 9 years ago, it was that guy named Jonas Hiller who kicked our ass. He was red hot and stopped everything, and that's what hurt the series. So who knows what's going to happen there. The one thing I will say, and some Sharks fans are going to disagree with this, is Brent Burns. I would trade him this offseason. I hate the contracts. I don't like the length of it. And yeah, it looks good last year because he won the Norris, but his stock is higher than it probably will ever be. He's only going to get worse. He's a defensive liability. And I'm seeing him make these plays that are just hurting the team in the long run. So I don't like the cap hit that he's making for what they're paying. I would try to hope somebody takes his contract. I'd be willing to give $1 million just to eat a little bit out of it. I'd be willing to. I think he's going to be a liability in the long run. But yeah, Pavelski and all the usual suspects, we hope they're all good. It's easy to just say play well, but attention to detail is going to be the biggest thing this series. Whether it's one little shift, one little shot, every game, pretty much with these guys, has been decided by one goal in the regular season. So when it's decided by one goal, it's going to be very close on paper. I think, yeah, they're going to compete. I think this series will go at least 6. But I don't make predictions left or right. I just think that this will be a very competitive series. I hope. Obviously, I want to win it, but who knows? The Sharks are going to be somewhat of an underdog based on who's hot and who's not. So I'll talk about the series when it's over. Let's hope the Sharks rebound from what has been the last week has been pretty bad. But once again, your record is 0-0 once you're in the playoffs. So we'll see how that goes. I expect the Ducks to compete. It should be interesting. And really, I like how sometimes you start the series on the road because the pressure is not on you as much as it is on the home team. So if you can split one of the two, then it's a series. We'll see how this goes. See you guys later, and let me know what you guys think of this series.